Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Mike here from AXC Garage. Welcome back to our channel. You guys haven't subscribed to the channel? Make sure to go down there and click the subscribe button. Today we have another JDM classic. Let's take a look. All right, John, so what do we have here today?
All right, so what we have here is something pretty cool. You definitely don't see a whole lot, at least not here in, the United States. What we have is a 1992 EG4 VTI hatchback. This thing is about as mint as it comes. It's got one aftermarket part on it, which is the distributor. We'll be putting that back to stock shortly. It's here for a timing belt. Believe it or not, it's here for its first timing belt. It being a 92, it only has 23,000 miles on it. So this thing is a cherry. Maybe it has a panel or two repainted, but other than that, this thing is 100% original. Everything in here is just the way it came from Japan 29 years ago.
29 years ago, let's talking about this VTEC single cam engine.
Oh yeah, that's the D15B. The single jingle world, that's big power. I mean, it is automatic, and it's really not that fast. But I'll tell you what, driving this car around, it's awesome. I love it.
So that motor is equivalent to what the US VX?
So the VX is a 1.5 liter, I believe, as well, but it's a VTEC E motor. It doesn't have full VTEC in the head. It's a very fuel economy motor. This motor is more similar to the EX motor that comes in a 1.6 liter, but this, believe it or not, makes more power than the 1.6 liter EX motor, and it's a 1.5 liter.
Does it make more power than a DA?
No, nothing makes more power than that.
So carried to the interior, this is something new to us here.
So yeah, this thing is definitely different. There's a lot of stuff on this car back when I had my EG years ago that I really wanted. Some things like the amber lights on the clock here. This is an automatic climate control, and you can see it's in Celsius here. It also has a gather's tape deck on it. This doesn't really work very good in the United States. The JDM frequencies are a little bit lower than the US ones, so you pick up like 3 radio stations on here, and that's about it. It is automatic, like we said, it's the way it came. But as you can see the interior here, these are like the SIR seats. A really nice, smooth looking setup to it here. It has the Honda Access floor mats on it. The original cluster in here. Everything is stock. You can see there, 37,188 kilometers. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie, I really kind of like this car.
Take a look at the headliner. I mean, they are perfect, my friend.
Oh, it's nice. And the only thing about this car that drives me crazy, and it's pretty typical of these 90s Hondas, it smells like someone was smoking cigarettes in here with the windows up and the AC on for years. I guess it's just the way it goes in Japan.
Take a look at the trunk, guys.
So here's a really cool part of this car is the module JDM rear interior. It's totally different than anything the US ever gave. Everything is very interesting. The way it all folds down to a nice flat surface. You have this panel that opens up. Fancy little hook here. You have access to all this here. Everything comes out. You can remove this as well and take the entire thing out, get down to your spare tire, which everything is original in here, with the Bridgestone spare. Then you can also have a little access here on the sides. And also over here, there's even more panels. Little pockets everywhere. It's just really cool. One of the neatest things about these cars is these options that you never were given in the United States, and it blows my mind. It makes me very happy. I like it. All right, so here we have it under the car, and everything's 100% stock, except for the cat. The owner told me that when he got the car, the cat was blown up, so he went ahead and just got one put in. The light on the dashboard's on. This is the cat temperature sensor, and that's why that light's on, because somebody chopped it out. But as you see under here, original axles, everything is stock and pretty clean. No oil leaks, everything's good. There's one other thing I really like about this car, and it's in the back here, and it's the rear suspension. So this setup here is a lot like the Integra Type R. They say that this allows the car to tow better into turns. It's still rear disc, but it's a really neat setup that I wasn't aware of on the VTI until I saw this car. But as you can see as well, no rust on anything. Gas tank's in great condition. It looks like it's brand new underneath this car. It's really incredible.
So under the hood, what's next?
Now we get to do the timing belt. All right, so now we're gonna start to do the timing belt. First things first on this one, valve cover is gonna come off, so everything associated with that's gonna come off as well. Then we're gonna remove our side cover here. We're gonna loosen this power steering pump because it kind of blocks our access to the timing belt. Then we're gonna remove the mount, and that'll start giving us more access, as well as removing all the dry belts that go on the crank pulley, because the crank pulley's coming off too.
Hey guys, what's up? So there's a cool app on pretty much all your Apple stuff there. You can translate whatever language to whatever language. So here there's some Japanese stuff on the front of this timing belt. And if you go into the app, let's see, it says please use specified spark plug. That's pretty neat. I like it.
It says like 100 different things. Mr.
Honda.
Magical Steve? All right, so we can see this is definitely the original belt. This thing, it's stretched. I could probably pull the damn belt off right now. So we're definitely due for a belt. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna set TDC, Top Dead Center, cylinder number 1. And that's gonna leave us in the correct orientation when we put the new belt on so we don't mess with our timing. So the single cam's a little different than the B series. I know Miguel had showed me it lines up in a couple different places. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna line up the lower mark on the crank to the timing belt cover and make sure it's lining up here as well.
John turned the bottom end and we got the head lined up, and a good indication is there's a mark here that says up. You have your 9 o'clock and your 3 o'clock mark here, but on the single cam they actually give you another mark right here. If you look, there's another line right here that gets lined up, and that is on the money. But what we found out, John was right with his first statement that how stretched out the belt was. The head is aligned, but the crankshaft is out of alignment. You can see right here where the dots are, it is completely off, probably about a tooth.
That would explain why he's having misfires at highway speed and we're having idling issues.
Absolutely.
So that's definitely it. There's no way this thing is in time by ignition, and it's clearly out of time on the cam timing. So this is a well-deserved repair for the car.
Oh yeah, she'll run like a Honda now after this.
What was she running like before?
Not a Honda.
Oh, probably a Hyundai. Crooked H. So we took the lower cover off, and you're able to see the mark right here and the corresponding mark behind it over here. And it's definitely 1 tooth off. That means the stretch belt has skipped at one point or another, because we're not going to anticipate that Honda put this off 1 tooth from the factory. So this is a normal characteristic of a very old timing belt, and this is why you should change your timing belt pretty regularly, because I said so. All right, so here's the belt, and I can't honestly say that I've ever seen this before. This is very old school. Thing says it's a power grip, but it's a Honda belt, and the condition is old. You look in here and you can see it's starting to crack and flex a little bit. Obviously, it's been stretched over the years, and but the good thing is as stated when the guy got the car, everything's original. All right, so these two are definitely the proper replacements. You can see some small changes, some bracing on here. That is not on the older one. Not a whole big difference, but I'm sure this is new and improved over all the years. So what we're gonna go ahead now and do is swap everything out. All right, so the other issue with this motor is this thing is pretty specific. There are 3 different timing belts when it comes to single cam motors. Stuff I'm just learning. The only US motor that corresponds to this motor, as far as replacement parts go, is the Civic VX. That being said, there was only one dealership in the entire country that had these parts in stock, the P08. And you can see even the old school Honda belt part numbers here. Here we have it here. Came all the way from Oregon along with the water pump. Only dealership in the whole country. I don't know the name of the dealership, but they got 3 in stock. Now they only have 2.
Getting ready to put the crank on. And this is a very important little piece here, because without this, nothing works. And John got mad at me because I took it and he didn't know where it was.
I was very afraid.
He almost started crying.
All right, so now we have the timing set. And we're gonna go ahead with the new belt on, new water pump on. So now we're just gonna go ahead and put all of our covers, our accessories back on, our belts, tension everything. Then me and Miguel are gonna grab the timing light with the new distributor and set our ignition timing on the distributor. So that's about the plan now.
Move it. Hey, how's it going? So we already got the timing set. It's at exactly 16 degrees. We let it get up to temperature. We jumped the SES connector and we checked our timing here and we dialed it in perfectly. And it's running perfect. You can hear it. This thing sounds beautiful. As good as a single jingle is gonna run. But so far, so good. Next thing we have to do is finish bleeding the coolant out, put the wheels on, take it for a test drive. Ding dong. That means we're ready to go backwards.
Whoa, whoa, John. That was a pretty high-speed turn right there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is not just a normal EG Civic hatchback. You know, this is a VTI. It's very special.
God, man. I felt the G when you turned that corner.
Oh man, this thing's all about turning. High horsepower. Well, I don't know about the high horsepower part. Something about driving a right-hand drive car in the United States is very satisfying.
And it's really odd. I'm sitting on the US driver's side.
Oh yeah.
Just a dashboard right here with no pedal.
No pedal. I bet you keep hitting like the brake pedal when we come to a stop, right? The other funny thing about a right-hand drive car, for those who haven't seen it, is normally your turn signal's here. Well, that's for the wiper blades. Turn signal's on the right side. That takes a little getting used to.
Whoa, buddy.
I'll tell you what, 1992 horsepower is nothing like nowadays. This thing's almost as fast as a Tesla. Not.
Hey guys, just like that, we got this Honda Civic JDM VTI timing belt all done, put the car back on timing, and it's driving really, really good. You guys like what you see? Make sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And drop a comment below and let us know how we are doing. My name is Mike, on behalf of AXE Garage. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one.